Folks. So activity 6 is our summative activity. This is the activity that we're going to get a bunch of marks for. You're going to notice that it's worth 40 marks, not our usual 20 marks. So it's a big deal to get this one done. And you're going to get a chance to put together some of the skills that you have learned in the last unit and sort of show off your level of understanding. So the idea is that we're comparing purchasing options. And when you're buying something, you should be considering lots of different things. Like we've talked about, you want to figure out a unit price. We just did that with our unit. We want to actually find out how much one thing will cost. So if you're buying 12 cans of a drink, you want to know how much each can costs. And you also need to consider factors like, is it the drink you want? Do you want 12 cans of that drink? Is it worth it for you to make that investment? These are all things that we should be considering. You can use skills like estimation, and skills like estimation allow you to sort of estimate how things are going to cost. If you see something at $2.89, well, let's round that up to $3. So that's $3. You're probably not going to carry around 11 cents in your pockets and use that 11 cents to do much. So if you're going to spend $2.89, estimating the cost at $3 is completely reasonable. The other thing you've got to consider is we've got to look at tax, right? Because tax is something that is added to most of our purchases. It's not added on food, right? Like on regular food. It's added on junk food and processed food, but not on food from the grocery store. So we're thinking about adding that 13% to all of our purchases. So the idea is that you are going to be making a decision on what is a good buy. So let's have a look here. I'm having a little trouble with my mouse. There. So the idea is that we're going to calculate unit price. We're going to look at discounts. We're going to look at sale prices. We're going to look at different incentives that are used. So we remember how we researched debit and credit cards, and some of these cards give us bonus points. Some stores will actually give you bonus points. That's not super common, but I think we mentioned before that President's Choice points are quite popular, and that's something that you get with President's Choice cards. Like if you use their debit card or you use their credit card, you get those loyalty points. Or you can just download the app to get PC points. Some of you might use PC points, or your parents might use PC points to get yourself bonus on gas. So those are loyalty incentive programs. Another famous one might be Canadian Tire Money. Canadian Tire Money, again, they give you a little bit of money back for every dollar that you spend at Canadian Tire, and then eventually you have enough little bits of money to buy something for free. I had $90 saved up at Loblaws the other day, and I was pretty pumped because I bought groceries. It cost me $91.70, and I redeemed my $90, and it only cost me $1.70 for $90 worth of groceries, which was pretty awesome. The other thing we might want to think about is what funds is the item in, because we just did unit conversion on buying stuff around the world. We need to convert currency. If we're buying stuff in US dollars, we got to convert that to Canadian dollars. So all of these things come together to help us with our summative activity in our unit here. Now, let's see. I actually blew this content up. You'll find it in content here, but I'm going to attach this note to our video here. So there's an example here, and this is an example of like a level 4 really good analysis on what we might want to do. Now, realistically, this is like quite a lot of work to write as much text as is in this particular example. So you don't have to do as much writing, as in you don't have to do as much words, paragraphs, but there should be lots of math. So the idea here is Katrina and a group of her friends, they're running a movie, they're getting together, and she's going to buy subs for the 6 of them. So she's got some options. There's 3 sub shops. It also says Katrina has a coupon for $2 off the total purchase of 3 or more subs at Vinnie's. So that's important information there when we're looking at this decision. Now, here are our options. We've got the sub shop. You buy 2 subs at $4.50 each and get the third one free, which is not too bad. And immediately I'm looking at this and I'm going, 2 subs, $4.50 each. That's actually 3 subs for $4.50. So it'd be figuring out a unit price of 450 divided by 3. This course package is a little bit older. Whoops, I guess that's not going to show up. So I'm going to go 450 divided by 3. That's going to be $1.50 per sub. The prices are kind of cheap, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. I was going to change the prices, and then I figured, hey, we don't need to change the prices. We can just pretend like things are cheaper. Stop. You get subs, and sorry, Mr. Lehman should read closely. That is too cheap. This is making a little more sense to me. That's not 450 for 3. It's 450 each. So that's actually a good example in close reading. Let me erase that and let's read. So 2 subs at 450. So 2 of them would be $9 divided by 3. That's going to be $3 per sub. Good catch, Mr. Lehman. That was almost a mistake. So you're going to have to read closely. I was kind of rushing there and wasn't paying attention. So quick stop subs are $3.40 each. For each purchase, get your super sub card stamped. So you collect 4 stamps, get 1 sub free. So you're going to buy 6 subs. You're actually going to get 1 of those free. So what's going to happen, I think, in this case, is you're going to have to pay for 5 of those subs. Or maybe you're going to change. Maybe you're going to save that free sub for yourself. I don't know. So you'd have to figure out what 5 times 340 is in this case. So in this case, the sub shop we turned out it was $3 for 1. 3 times 6 is 18. Now I'm just writing off of the side to just sort of show you this. It's the sort of thing that these are the sort of notes you could be making on your paper. And you can show me all these notes or you can summarize them. It's kind of up to you. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 40 cents is going to be $2. So that's going to be $17 total for this one. And Vinny subs is just straight up $3.20 each. Now, here's the thing. Let's be careful here. $2 off total purchase of 3 or more subs. So Vinny is going to be 3.320 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18, and 3 and 6 times 20 cents is $1.20. So that's going to be $19.20 minus $2 equals $17.20. So here we go. You'll notice we got $17, $17.20, and $18 for the 6 subs. So we figured out the total cost. They're all pretty close, right? Within $1 of each other. So what I would like you to do now is sort of explain your thinking process. If you do the math like I just did, and the reason why I wrote the math is because in the example here that they've given you, they didn't actually write out a ton of the math, but they did put it here. Now, they did an interesting thing here. They decided that you would pay for 4 subs because you get the 3rd one free. So that was a little different than my thinking, where I figured out every 3 subs cost $9, so each one is $3. The answer is still the same, though. Then they wrote down some explanation. The advantage of this location, we're paying for 4 subs, but getting 6 subs in total. This location is probably a good place to go when we are buying multiple sandwiches. This is really important because we're buying 6 in this scenario, but what if you're just buying 1 sandwich? What if you're buying 2 sandwiches? These deals aren't as good. I know someone who goes to work and they've got like a sub deal that you can get 2-foot-long subs for. I don't actually know, but you guys probably know if you go to Subway, you can get 2-foot-long subs sometimes for fairly cheap. Maybe it's like $15 or something like that. So he buys 2 subs and he eats one at the beginning of his shift and one at the end of his shift, and that's like all the food he has for the day, which maybe is good, but probably get sick of it after a while. Disadvantages here, obviously, is that if you're paying $4.50 per sub at the first place and you're only getting 1, it's going to be a little bit more. So quick stop, same thing. 5 sub times 340 is $17. You explain here, and I'll give you a chance. Like, I don't need to read this to you. You can read this stuff and see the kind of things that they're putting in there as explanations. Now, the one thing that I want to stress to all of you is that when you are, sorry, get rid of that. When you are making a decision like this, you also have to decide, hey, do I like Vinny's subs? Maybe Vinny makes really terrible subs. Maybe it doesn't matter if he gives them to you for free. You don't want to eat there. I know probably like there's places around. There's like in Collingwood here. There's a place called Mountain Subs, and you probably don't have a Mountain Subs near you because there's only one little place, and they're supposed to make the best subs in town. Now I went there once, and my sub was like not that good, to be honest. But I've heard other people who said they were the best ever. So maybe I'll go back and try it again. But my point is, you have to decide whether or not it's worth spending your money in that place, and that should be a big factor. You shouldn't just go to the cheapest place. The other thing we always talk about is like how far away is the sub shop? It's pretty cold, -10 today. Are you walking? It's cold. Would you pay 80 cents more to walk around the corner versus having to walk 6 blocks? I probably would, as long as you're getting the same product. Maybe one of those places offers free delivery. There's all those kinds of things to consider. Now, this is a bonus, okay? And I will give you an extra 10 marks. So you could get 50 out of 40 if you did everything correctly. Now, you don't have to do this, but some of you are looking for extra works. I would like you to tell me where the best place to buy 3 medium pizzas is right now. Now, how would you find that out? Use Google, do some searching. Domino's Pizza, Domino's.ca. Click on Domino's.ca, have a look at their specials. I'm not going to tell you how to do this. I want you to do a comparison between 3 different pizza places and tell me where the best place to buy pizza is and why you would buy it from there. Price, quality, all those things. So that would be an extra bonus challenge for those of you looking for extra work. You don't have to do this. What you do have to do is a summative activity, and this will take you a little bit more time than usual, which is why I'm not giving you any extra work. I will put a little fun bonus Christmas game on later today that you can play if you want. But this summative activity should probably take you a couple of days to get through. Maybe you'll do it quickly. So summative activity, we are comparing 2 different scenarios. One is Alice is looking for a computer. Each place is an equivalent computer with the same software. Okay, so you're getting the same computer with the same software. Possible locations to buy a computer. We've got Crazy Charlie's, which is $18.70 with no tax. Okay, no, it says GST, but we're saying no tax in general. And then we've got Lenny, which is $1,300, and this is US dollars. Okay, US dollars. So look at your exchange rate here. And we've got the Computer Depot, which is $17.80. Don't pay until next year. So that means you can get it today and you pay in the future. Plus, and there's a $45 fee to do this, plus tax. So no tax, plus tax, $45 processing fee. So you're going to figure out the total cost for all of these things. And then you're going to answer these questions. Calculate the total cost. If Alice needs your computer right away but doesn't have much money to pay up front, which option should she choose? Well, if she doesn't have much money to pay up front, probably going to be this one. Tell me why. Okay. Alice wants to get her computer sometime in the next 6 months. Now, this, I'm not sure what's gone on here. I wanted to go through this with you in case it opens weird like it did on my computer. This one from Lenny is going to take 6 to 8 weeks for delivery. Just so you know, that's like, could be 2 months. I know if you're like me and you have the money to get something new, like if you had money for your new computer, would you want to wait 2 months? Probably not. Second scenario here, so you're doing this twice. Kale is looking for a new bike and he's narrowed down his options to 3 stores. So calculate the final price for each store. Again, we've got taxes to consider. Whoops. So we've got taxes, tax. This one is in US dollars. Mail order takes 4 weeks. Let's consider that. You get 1 big Bob Buck with every $10 spent. So how many Bob Bucks would you get back? How many bonus bucks? Now, here's the thing. Do you want Big Bob bucks? I don't know. Are you going to go to Big Bob's Bikes all the time? Possibly. We'll assume that Kale lives pretty close to these two shops. So maybe he would go back there. Maybe he needs a helmet. And he's going to use his Big Bob bucks to get a helmet. But understand that money back is not the same as an instant discount. Because you know what happens? Maybe you get $60 in Big Bob bucks, then you go in and they're like, yeah, here's a new helmet, but it's $200. But good news, you've got $60 off. Well, maybe you could have bought that helmet on sale somewhere else and paid the same price. So loyalty programs are not always amazing. So these are the sort of things that I would like to see you write down. So how should you organize your answers? Well, what I'd like to see is you put something together, and you can just write this on a piece of paper as long as it's clear. People have been doing that. Take a picture, scan it. If you use the notes feature on an iPhone, you can scan really nice and easy, and it's really clear for me to read. Submit it as a PDF, attach it to this assignment in the Dropbox. Now, what should you do? You should have the store, and then you should have a couple columns. So put the name. So let's say it was Big Bob, and the cost is the first column. So put all your math like in the first column. So calculations. Then I say pros and cons. So advantages and disadvantages. Write me down advantages. Why would you buy it? Why wouldn't you buy it from that place? So you're going to do that twice, once for the computer and once for the bicycle. Once you've done that, you're going to hand it in. You're going to get a mark out of 40. And if you do the pizzas, it would be like a bonus. So you could get higher than 40 on this if you do the pizzas. You don't have to. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so this will be the last assignment that is due before the break. Please don't leave it too long. I'd prefer you spend your holiday break doing holiday break things like sleeping and eating and, I don't know, maybe getting outside and doing something fun. If you are in a position where you get stuck, send me a message, but try to get after this quickly and hand it in. Have a wonderful holiday break if this is the last video you watch. Bye for now, folks.